So what we're going to be doing is we're going to do some of the traditional glute exercises such as clams and leg extensions and glute bridges, but we're going to incorporate our core as well by using our ball and helping us work our pressure system in the deep core. Warm up, you guys should have already been marching, but just in case you haven't, we're going to keep going. And then what we're going to do in this warm-up is we're going to actually activate our glutes and our deep core. So let's move into some body weight squats. Come out to hip width and just little body weight squats up and down. There we go, really thinking about lengthening the glutes out, squeezing them to come up. Exhale as you come up. And down. And squeeze. And squeeze. Back to marching. We're going to do another set of 10 squats. So bringing our legs out. And 10 more squats. So down, exhale, up, down, and up. Remember, we keep our ribs stacked over our pelvis and squeeze. Squeeze. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shake it out. We're going to grab, if you want, a band. You do not need the band. If you have any hip issues at all, don't use the band, because we're going to be stepping out wide with the band, which will mean more pressure into the hips. Okay, so do it without the band or a very light band if you have any hip issues. Squat in a very slight squat, and we're going to do 2 steps to one side, 2 steps to the other. So step and 2. We're really targeting that glute medius. Keep it going. All right, we're really working those glutes to get them firing so that we can get the most out of our workout. Really focus on that core, pulling up. All right, keeping it stacked. Remember, we want that slight lean forward. Good work. And again. Let's do one more each way, and then we're going to go into a diagonal walk. Remember, you might need to pull up slightly in this position so that you protect your lower back, okay? Don't let it be arched like that. That puts a lot of pressure into that lower back. So pull up slightly. We're going into a diagonal now, so we're going walk and walk. Back, diagonal, back, diagonal. Really working each of the different areas of our glutes. And again, you don't need the band. You can do exactly this without the band. And down. Good work. And down. Squeeze and squeeze. It's funny working different angles with our walks than we normally do. It really opens up and helps. Actually helps a lot with the pelvic floor, doing different angles. So that's sort of more the uncommon angles that we're doing. All right, coming in, last one with the band. Legs at about hip width, slight bend in the knees, and this one's called a pigeon. So we're gonna walk like a pigeon, talk like a pigeon. There you go. So we're really squeezing that glute medius to bring the leg up and up and up. Woo! All right. So I know this is a warm-up, but my butt's already killing me. Ah, here we go. Whew. And I'm tired because my youngest had nightmares last night, so I had to sleep in her bed with her. Warning for any of you who don't have slightly older kids yet, make sure when you buy them a big kid's bed, it's big enough for you too. So that's like a really big kid's bed. And up, one more. And last one. Great work. Woo! Get rid of that. You should feel your glutes now like wanting to go, woo, I'm ready to fire. I'm ready to fire. I really want to go. That's how it should feel right now. We're going to come down and do some hands and knees breathing to get our diaphragm and our core working. So coming into this position, Make sure that you are pulled up slightly from pubic bone. Come into the hands and knees. Make sure your hands are right under your shoulders. Long neck, tuck chin. Now I want you to pinch your shoulder blades and ever so slightly pull up from the pubic bone so we have a flat back, okay? I don't want a slight arch in the back, and I don't want it rounded at the top like this. Should look nice and flat, pushing away from the ground. And we're going to inhale into our back. Exhale, pull up from that pubic bone. Inhale into the back. Don't allow too much air into the belly. Pull up. Keep those shoulder blades pinched. When you inhale into your back, don't allow the shoulders to come forward. Keep them straight back. Exhale. This will allow the air to come into just below the brow line, which is where we want it. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. Shake it out. We're going to start our workout now. So grab your ball. We're going to start with our leg extensions. We're doing 2 sets of 10. So that will be 5 on each side, a little rest, 5 on each side. If anybody is uncomfortable lying on their belly, they can do it standing and holding onto a chair or standing against the wall. That is totally fine. Or you can put a rolled up towel under your hips, which will bring your pelvis into a better alignment, and it might make it less uncomfortable on your belly. Otherwise, coming on down, remember with this one, we want to have the ball just above our head, forehead on the ground, and I want you to pull up from the pubic bone slightly so the lower part of your core is engaged a little bit. Then we're inhaling, exhaling, squeezing our glute, lifting our leg, and squeezing the ball. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, inhale, other leg. Really squeeze the glute before you lift. Inhale, exhale and squeeze. That's 3. Inhale, 4. Pulling up from that pubic bone. 5. Squeeze the glute, lift the leg. 6. 7. 8. 9. Don't let the pubic bone go, so really keep those lower tibias going. Last one. Squeeze. Great work. Coming up, just relax for a little bit. When you do that, you shouldn't feel your hip bone push into the ground when you extend your leg to the back. Now the trick to that is keeping core control. So if you pull up from the pubic bone, that's going to lift those hip bones off the ground. And as long as you have a small movement, it won't relax down into the ground when you lift your leg, as long as you've kept that core control. And that's what we're aiming for with this exercise. The squeeze of the ball is just a little extra effort that you need to put in. All right, down for our second set of 10. Ball just above your head, forehead on the ground. If you need to, place something under your hips or stand and do standing leg extensions. And pull up from the pubic bone. Inhale into the back. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. You should not feel any rocking of your pelvis. Should all come from the glutes. Your legs not lifting high. 6. 5. 8. Pulling up from the pubic bone kicks it out of your back as well. 9. Last one. 10. Great work. So, you should not be feeling that in your back. If you've pulled up from the pubic bone and you keep that really nice and still, when you extend your leg to the back, your back won't arch, so you won't feel it in your back. And it will give you a much more intense glute and core workout. Okay, we're going into clams. We've got 2 sets each side. So again, when we're setting up our clams, you can have your head on a rolled up towel if you want. Bring your legs into that 90 degrees. Make sure you have this gap here and you've pulled up from the pubic bone. Your lower back will be ever so slightly rounded. Ball in front of you. And we are inhaling, keeping that gap. Exhaling, press and lift. 2. Every lift you pull up from the pubic bone slightly more. There's no movement in the hips at all. So don't let this happen. Okay, no rocking. Control every movement. Slow and controlled. Press it down, pull it up, keep that gap. That's 5. You won't open your leg too far. Because if you open your leg too far, it makes that top hip go. That's 7. 8. My legs are shaking. 9. And 10. Great work. Relax it out. We're going to turn over to the other side. Remember to get that set up right. It's so important to be set up for success for each exercise. So coming down, 90-90. Pull up from the core and round slightly. Make sure you've got that gap that you can hold there. And inhale. Exhale. When you squeeze the ball, it's about a 50-60% effort. That's 5. Really focus on keeping that core going. 6. No rocking off the hips. 7. 8. Every exhale, feel that pull up from that pubic bone. 9. And 10. Great work. Coming up, we're going to do the other side again. So once more on each side. Setting ourselves up. 90-90. Pull up so we have our gap, so our core is engaged. Pull in slightly from that pubic bone. Just rounds out that lower back slightly to keep it out of the work. Make sure your knees are in line when you do this so that one isn't pulled back. That's pulling things back into the hip socket here, and it's going to impinge your hip. So make sure that that knee is on top, if not ever so slightly forward of the bottom knee to really help with any impingements there. So inhale, the back, exhale, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, now rocking, 7, 8, 9, good work, one more, 10, great work, coming over. It always surprises me how when you do something slow and controlled and with real core control, how much more it hurts. So easy to cheat in your exercises. So setting ourselves up, 90-90, engage the core, pull up from the pubic bone, make sure that knee is in line, slightly in front. Inhale to the back, exhale, pull up. And 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Great work. Woo! Alright, I definitely felt that. I'm gonna need a little shake out of the booty there. Woo! Alright, good work, everybody. Okay, we're going on to our hands and knees breathing with the leg extension. Now, please remember, there are multiple options. One, you can do pressing against the wall if you are not ready for hands and knees. You could even do it in a crouch against a chair in this position as well. So play around with it to be ready for your core comfort. Otherwise, one hand under the ball into that hands and knees position. You can stick with hands and knees breathing like we did in the warm-up, but pressing onto that ball. Or you can extend your leg, you can keep it on the ground, or you can extend it and lift very slightly. Now, when we are lifting it, we are not lifting it up like this. We're not using our back. We're not ballet dancers. All right, we are squeezing our glutes and lifting, which actually means it is only going to lift a few inches off the ground before your back fires, and that is only the distance we're going to go. All right, ball under the hand, and pull up from the pubic bone, pinch those shoulder blades, and inhale into the back, exhale, squeeze and lift. It's the opposite leg to the hand. Inhale, exhale, 2, 3, nothing else should be moving. 4, 5 more. Really work that serratus to hold you upright. 7, 8. When you do this, there should be no movement of the hips. 9. And 10. Coming back, relax a little bit. Good job. Whew. All right, we have to do the ball in the other hand, other leg back. So it's opposite leg to hand. Coming in, ball under. Make sure you're leaning over on that other hand. This one will be relaxed, but this one is pushing you up. So that serratus is engaged, and you're making sure that the shoulders are not coming towards the ear. You're pulling up from that pubic bone. Back is nice and flat. We're inhaling into the back. Exhaling. Squeeze. No movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 3, 4. Remember, if you're having movement, just slide the leg along the ground, or just hands and knees with the press. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great work. Bringing it back. Just relax into that child's pose. Inhale. Allow everything to relax. That was really hard work. Exhale. And another one. Inhale. And exhale. Great work. Okay, so now we're going to really get those glutes working. We're coming into our glute bridge. The ball is going to be between your knees. We have 10 glute bridges. Then we're holding, we're squeezing for 10, and then we're pulsing for 10. If at any point you feel that your core has lost engagement, I want you to just come down, do a good inhale, relax, exhale, come back up to the glute bridge and just carry on wherever we are at, okay? So don't allow yourself to keep going if you're in bad alignment. This is really going to work both the glutes and the core. So ball between the knees, make sure you're set up. So think about that rib cage, hip bones, inhale, exhale, squeeze the glutes, pull up. 1, 2. Don't allow the ribs to come up here when you inhale. 3. Everything should stay in line. 4, 5. Squeeze the ball. 6, 7. We're not using our back, so we're not overarching there. 8. Really squeeze everything. 9. One more, and then we're holding it up. 10. Squeeze the thighs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep everything still. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it up, little pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Relax. Great work. Let's just take it up. Come into that happy baby pose if you want. It's a nice stretch for the legs. Good release for the pelvic floor as well. A couple of good inhales here. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Well done. All right. Shake it out. Last set. Get the ball between the knees. Set yourself up. Feet flat on the ground. Inhale. And exhale. Squeeze and lift. And squeeze and lift for 2. 3. If you're feeling a little bit too much in the quads, you can come in. 4. And think about bringing the knees in a little further. You should really be able to just about touch your heels when you're setting up for a glute bridge. And then pull up. I've lost count. So let's call this 7. 8. Really pull up to take it out of the back. 9. Squeeze. 10. And hold. And in. 2, 3. Keep the glutes squeezed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, piriformis stretch. So one foot over the other knee, hand goes through and grabs around that bottom leg, pulling this in. Should feel really good. If you're like me, that inner thigh is feeling tight, that glute is feeling tight, and this feels awesome. Just breathe here for a second or two. Ah, good work. Bring it out and down. Bring up the other leg. Woo. There you go. Feels good, releasing everything. And up into that happy baby. Let's allow pelvic floor to relax, the glutes to release, inner thighs to release. Some nice big inhales and exhales. That's wonderful. Coming around, rolling up, and come into a wide child's pose. So bring the legs a little wider than normal and pulling it back. Really stretching out those glutes, so try not to tuck it under. You want to really extend those glutes back as far as you can to really feel them lengthen after all the work they've done. Head down, inhale, and exhale. Great work, everybody. Oh, alrighty. If you enjoyed that workout, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you are notified when new workouts are released. And check out Confident Fitness for Mums, where there are hundreds of diastasis and pelvic floor safe workouts and monthly calendars to follow.